What you're talking about is how breathwork in particular allows you specifically, you and I, we have shared stories of being adopted.
Mm-hmm.
And with your great work at Overcoming Odds, we're able to really see all of the journeys that so many incredible people have gone through, but deep trauma, no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Really traumatic things have occurred in our lives and in those that you've interviewed and we've gotten to speak with at your events. And breathwork helps you release the trauma aspect of it. And The Body Keeps a Score is a fantastic book that goes a little bit more into a scientific lens at why we as humans need to actually allow the body to process the trauma. And in some of the work I do with the local Lyme community here in San Diego, this is how we use breathwork actually. But what you're talking about is not necessarily an enjoyable journey
Mm-hmm.
because when you continue to do that breath work, now this is my story at least, and from what I've gathered from others. So I'm curious to hear your perspective where you're at and
Mm-hmm.
what your journey looks like. But what ends up happening often is a lot of the stories we've been told by our society, by the religion we were brought up in, by our parents, they all of a sudden it becomes clear that's not my story. So you tap deeper into your authentic self. And when you do that, it's amazing because you're thinking, oh my gosh, there is so much more to me than what I've been told or what I've been taught or what I've been shown by others. Now that's the journey that I'm interested in because
Mm-hmm.
where does that lead? I could tell you that leads to innovation, that leads to real, raw authenticity, but it also leads to utter confusion, utter paradox, utter uncomfortability with I'm alone because I'm different, I'm
Mm-hmm.
unique. And that is beautiful. At the same time, there's the paradox of it. At the same time, it feels lonely
Mm-hmm.
because you become aware of the societal paradigms and you no longer want to play in them
Mm-hmm.
because they feel incongruent with who you are authentically. Now that's the calamity of the situation because once you get there, it goes, how do I honor this self that I can't ignore because I've become aware of it? I've awoken the beast, the giant within, as Tony Robbins used to say. But how do I now align that in a way that actually makes money in the world, that allows me to be a productive member and create the future I want my children to walk in? That type of stuff. That's an amazing place to play, and it leads to incredible transformative work. But it's an uncomfortable journey.